Can you print on both sides of parchment paper?
Hello there. Today, we're going to answer a commonly asked question. Can you print on both sides of parchment paper?
What is parchment paper?
Parchment paper is a type of paper that is treated with acid to make it resistant to heat and moisture. This gives it a slightly waxy feel and makes it ideal for use in baking, as it prevents food from sticking to the pan. However, parchment paper is not just for baking. You may have seen parchment paper used in arts and crafts, or even in certain printing applications.
Can you print on both sides of parchment paper?
The short answer is, yes, you can print on both sides of parchment paper. However, there are a few things to keep in mind when doing this. 1. Ink absorption. Parchment paper doesn't absorb ink in the same way as regular paper. This can lead to smudging or bleeding of the ink. Make sure the first side is completely dry before you attempt to print on the second side. 2. Printer compatibility. Not all printers can handle parchment paper, which is typically heavier and more slippery than regular paper. Check your printer's manual to see if it can handle this type of paper. 3. Heat resistance. While parchment paper is heat resistant, the high temperatures in some printers could potentially cause issues. This is especially true for laser printers, which use heat to fuse the toner to the paper.
What are some alternatives to printing on parchment paper?
If you're having trouble printing on parchment paper, there are some alternatives you might consider. 1. Use regular paper. Regular paper will handle most printing tasks just fine, and it's easy to work with. 2. Use specialty printing paper. If you're after a particular look, there are various types of specialty printing paper available, such as photo paper, cardstock, and even printable fabric. 3. Handwriting or calligraphy. If you're using parchment paper for an arts and crafts project and want a more authentic look, consider handwriting or using calligraphy on the paper instead. So, in conclusion, while it's possible to print on both sides of parchment paper, there are some potential challenges to be aware of, such as ink absorption, printer compatibility, and heat resistance. If you're having trouble, consider using regular or specialty printing paper, or try handwriting or calligraphy. We hope this video has been helpful in answering your question. Happy printing!